Hey everyone, Rich Gasaway here. I am super excited to tell you about a first ever event that I'll be hosting on September 26th. You may have heard me mention that September 26th is National Situational Awareness Day, and I wanted to do something bodacious on that day. And what I came up with is to do a live 2-hour web-based training program on situational awareness. This will be the same content your department would get at a 2-hour live event, but at a fraction of the cost of hosting a live event. This is a wonderful opportunity to get your entire department dialed in on the importance of situational awareness. Members will learn the essentials of how to develop and maintain situational awareness while working in high-risk, high-consequence, time-compressed environments with changing conditions. This program will share a 3-step process for developing situational awareness and offer best practices for how to make accurate predictions of future events in time to avoid bad outcomes. The training will be followed by a live question and answer session with me. This program contains the same content that your members would get at a live event, but it'll be virtual. Tuesday, September 26th, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. For more information or to register, visit www.samatters.com/live. To accommodate the time for questions and answers at the end, this event will be limited to the first 25 agencies that register. Folks, this is going to fill up uber fast, so don't wait around. I'm not sure if and when I'll ever do an event like this again. Okay, that's enough of the pre-show stuff. Roll that podcast intro. Today's episode is sponsored by Midwest Fire. For more than 20 years, Midwest Fire has been manufacturing high-quality tankers, tanker pumpers, and fire rescue vehicles in the United States and Canada. Keeping firefighters safe while enhancing their capabilities is what they do best. To learn more, go to MidwestFire.com.
Hey, it's Fire Chief Jerry Strike from the Andover Fire Department in Minnesota, and you're listening to SA Matters Radio Show with Dr. Richard Gasaway. His mission is to help us see the bad things coming and time to avoid bad outcomes.
Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 175 of the Situational Awareness Matters radio show. I'm your host, Rich Gasaway. The purpose of this show is to improve situational awareness and decision-making for individuals and teams who work in high-risk, high-consequence, time-compressed environments with changing conditions. The SA Matters mission is simple: to help you see the bad things coming and time to avoid bad outcomes. If you're new to this podcast, you have some homework to do by going back and listening to past episodes. I've released a new episode every Tuesday, never missed a week for more than 3 years. And I do that for you, the listeners of this show. You truly inspire me. I've been sharing the message of situational awareness and high-risk decision-making in live program events for 12 years now, and have trained just over 59,000 first responders. I'm here for the long run, and for so long as I'm able to continue to share this message, a message of hope, a message of inspiration, and a message of encouragement for all first responders who want to make sure that they're able to develop and maintain strong situational awareness and make quality, high-risk decisions. I'm dedicated to helping improve your safety and your survival, and helping you to accomplish the very most important goal of all: to go home to the ones who love you. And speaking of sharing the message, I'm coming to you today from Lexington County, South Carolina, where I'm in town to deliver a 3-day situational awareness tour stop event. What's really cool is yesterday I got to observe the total eclipse from right here in Lexington County. It was in the path of totality, and man, was it amazing. I am so glad I got the invitation to come down a day early from the administration chief, Dave Fulmer. Thank you, Dave, for that. Recently, I was in Indiana and did a program in Evansville, Indiana that was co-sponsored by the Evansville Fire Department and the Indiana Fire Chiefs Association. I have to pause for a moment and thank Fire Chief Mike Conley for having the vision to design an amazing 2-day training event that cost his department, ready? Wait for it, $0. $0. How's this possible? This is because Mike went out and he asked for sponsors. And he told me it wasn't hard to find companies to step up and offer financial assistance for this training program. Sponsors for the program included Vectren, which is their gas and electric company, Deaconess Hospital, the University of Southern Indiana, the Evansville Firefighters Credit Union, Old National Bank, Global Emergency Products, Hoosier Fire Equipment, Mission Barbecue, Public Safety Medical, and Siegel's Uniform. In all, they were able to raise $15,000 in sponsorship to fund their program, to buy books for all the attendees, to rent the venue, to provide meals and prizes. I tell departments with limited budgets all the time that this is the way to go, and it is. If you want to host a program and you have limited resources, contact me and I'll help you do what Evansville did. Host a program that cost your department nothing. One of the questions I get asked all the time by readers and listeners is, when are you coming to my area? I want to attend a program, or where are you going to be next? Great questions, and the answers are really easy to find out. There's a link to the upcoming event schedule right on the homepage of the SA Matters website. Just click on the blue box on the right side of the homepage. It says Upcoming Events Schedule. If you want to save some money while hosting a program of your own, and who doesn't want to save some money, right? Here's a tip for how you can do that at reduced cost. You've probably heard me mention in previous episodes about companion programs. Companion programs are programs on adjoining days to other programs. So if you see I'm delivering a program within a couple hours of your department or somewhere in your region and you'd like to host a companion, contact me. You can save as much as 20% off the program cost by being a companion to an existing program. And I do about 30 companion programs a year, and no one ever complains about saving money by being a companion. That's truly what I call a win-win. Okay, in today's feature segment, I'm going to explore how positive reinforcement of undesired behavior can impact first responder safety. And when I'm done with the feature segment, stick around and I'm going to tell you where you can attend an upcoming Situational Awareness Matters Tour Stop event. Who knows, maybe I'll be right in your state or right in your county soon. In this episode, I'm taking on a topic often discussed in my leadership programs, more often than in my situational awareness programs: motivation. I'm not going to get into depth on the topic of motivation, as that'll take a solid 4 hours in a classroom session to demystify the topic and to reveal the secret sauce for how people are motivated. However, there is one fundamental component of motivation that has direct implication for first responder safety. Let me explain. Behaviors. As it relates to first responders operating in emergency situations, their behaviors can be classified into one of two categories: desired and undesired. Desired behaviors are those rooted in safety and best practices. Hopefully, these are the behaviors taught during basic training and reinforced during ongoing training and promoted during emergency response. Undesired behaviors are those rooted in unsafe behaviors and practices. These can be taught in training, or they can develop over time as a result of drifting away from best practices. Reinforcement. Behaviors are encouraged or discouraged with reinforcement. Reinforcement can be positive, in other words, providing something desirable, or withholding something undesirable, or negative, withholding something desired, or providing something undesired. Marrying up behaviors and reinforcement. Behaviors, both positive and negative, are influenced by reinforcement, which also can be both positive and negative. Let me provide you with a few examples of how these concepts may marry up. The positive reinforcement of desired behavior. A first responder performs a task safely and consistently with best practices and is publicly acknowledged and recognized by a supervisor for that behavior. That is positive reinforcement of a desired behavior. The negative reinforcement of an undesired behavior. A first responder performs a task that is unsafe and inconsistent with best practices and is privately counseled with a warning that continuing the undesired behavior will result in a punitive consequence. This is a negative reinforcement of an undesired behavior. Negative reinforcement of a desired behavior. A first responder performs a task safely and consistently with best practices and is admonished or ridiculed by a supervisor for performing the task with a primary consideration for personal safety. This is a negative reinforcement of desired behavior. Positive reinforcement of undesired behavior. A first responder performs a task that is unsafe and inconsistent with best practices, and a supervisor who is aware of the behavior fails to address it. This is a positive reinforcement of an undesired behavior. What we allow, we condone. It is the last of these four psychological principles that I want to address, the positive reinforcement of undesired behavior. Supervisors who choose to take the easy route, shirking their responsibilities and obligations to the organization, will not address situations when subordinates perform unsafe acts inconsistent with best practices, choosing popularity over accountability. Some supervisors feel their effectiveness is measured by their popularity. An effective supervisor does not, by the nature of the position, need to be adversarial, but the supervisor has a role to play, and that role should be first and foremost ensuring the safety and well-being of subordinates. Accountability trumps popularity. Supervisors will benefit from understanding behavioral reinforcement theory and how their own behaviors impact the safety of the organization and its members. One of the best quotes that I heard while I was conducting my research with expert commanders is this. A commander said, "It is not my job to be popular. It is my job to keep my firefighters safe. If they don't like me for that, they can hate me for the balance of their long and healthy life." Amen. If you've experienced or witnessed a near miss and would like to have a platform to share your lessons learned with others, contact me by visiting the SA Matters website and clicking on the Contact Us tab on the top of the homepage. Think about this for a minute. Seriously. The lessons learned from your near miss event could save the life of another first responder. That's powerful. If you want to share your lessons, contact me. If you want to send me some feedback, I'd love to hear from you. Just go to the SA Matters website, click on the Contact Us tab. You can also contact me on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. All right, as I always do, I want to take a moment to thank the departments and organizations that have hosted some great training for their members on situational awareness. I do this to show my appreciation to the organizations who put forth the effort to organize, advertise, and fund great training experiences for their members and others in their region. Recent programs included the NASA Glenn Research Center in Cleveland, Ohio, the Tennessee Safety and Health Conference in Nashville, the Evansville Fire Department in Indiana, the Redmond, Washington Fire Department, the Michigan Municipal Risk Management Association Conference, and where I am now, Lexington County, South Carolina. I also am very thankful for the presentation opportunities that I have upcoming. If you're interested in joining me, on August 26th and 27th, I'll be at the Northwest Fire District in Houston. September 11 and 12, Chesapeake Fire Department in Virginia. September 13-14, Henrico County Fire Department in Virginia. September 18-19, Topeka, Kansas Fire Department. September 20, Sny Valley Fire Protection District in Missouri. September 21, the International Association of Fire Chiefs Company Officer Leadership Series at the University of California, Davis campus. In October, the SA Matters Tour goes international in a big way with programs in Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, Australia, then onward to New Zealand, Christchurch, New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand, and Auckland, New Zealand, and then onward to Europe, with 3 programs in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and 3 programs in Antwerp, Belgium. That's 12 programs and 77 flight hours in 28 days. This will be, without a doubt, the single most craziest SA Matters tour event ever. If you want to see the locations of all the upcoming Situational Awareness Matters tour stops, head over to the SA Matters website, click on the blue box on the right side of the homepage labeled Upcoming Events Schedule. The schedule is always changing, so check back often. The last time I delivered programs in southwest Minnesota, I stopped by and visited the sponsor for this podcast, Midwest Fire. Midwest Fire makes all poly-bodied fire apparatus, and it's changing the industry. You seriously need to check them out at MidwestFire.com. Anyhow, I got a chance to sit down and talk to a few of their employees about what separates Midwest Fire from their competitors. Let's listen in to learn what happens after the sale in the process of building a Midwest Fire apparatus. All right, I've heard about the No Dealer Network. I've heard about how to get in contact with Midwest Fire. I've heard about the process of speccing a truck, and that's all good. What happens after the sale?
Currently, after the sale, everything gets turned over to myself as project manager. I will then lead you through the build process. If you call in, have questions on your truck, want to make changes to your truck, want updates on your truck, that will all filter through me then rather than the salesman at that time. We take pride in everything we do here. You've heard that many times. But what we want to focus on is making this the best experience we can for the fire department. It's not always easy to get a hold of your salesman, whether he's traveling or on the road or at shows where I'm in-house full-time. Have 100% control with the project manager as well as manufacturing manager of your truck going through the process.
So somebody calls you and they have a question or they're saying, can we make this change or whatever. You literally just walk down the hall, out the door, and you're on the manufacturing floor talking with engineering or with the people who are actually building their truck, and you can do kind of real-time problem solving or adjusting on the specification?
Yep. What we do then, if there is changes to the truck, obviously there'd be a change order involved, but the response time is a lot quicker. Most of the departments we work with have a meeting once a month, the volunteer fire departments. So if they call in, have a meeting the next night, we're able to get an answer to them, a response to them right away, so we're not holding up the project while it's in production.
Super. Well, there you have it, folks. That's what differentiates Midwest Fire from their competitors. So check them out at MidwestFire.com. Thank you to Midwest Fire President Sarah Atchison and to all your staff for your awesome commitment to improving first responder safety. I sincerely appreciate your support of my mission. If you're not a member yet of the SA Matters community of learners, consider joining. There are almost 10,000 members connected here on SA Matters, sharing ideas about how to improve situational awareness, how to make better decisions under stress, and how to train members to be critical thinkers and resilient problem solvers. Membership is free. And when you sign up, I'll send you a special report I've created for new members, 25 best practices for improving first responder safety. Joining also gets you my monthly email newsletter that contains featured content from the blog and the podcast. It really is the best way for us to stay in touch with each other. If you're not a member yet, head over to the SA Matters website and click on the red box on the right side of the home page that says free membership. If you want to get connected with me on Twitter, you can follow @Rich Gasaway on Twitter. On LinkedIn, you can search for Rich Gasaway, and on YouTube, you can watch my videos on the SA Matters TV channel. And on Facebook, you can like the SA Matters page on Facebook. Well, that's it. Episode 175 is complete. Thank you to our awesome podcast sponsor, Midwest Fire. Thank you to all of our live event hosts. Thank you to all of our online academy students. And remember, if you want to attend the live virtual training event on September 26th, go to samatters.com/live. And thank you to our listeners for sharing some of your valuable time with me today. I really appreciate your support of the SA Matters mission. Be safe out there, and may the peace of the Lord and strong situational awareness be with you always.
You've been listening to the Situational Awareness Matters radio show with Dr. Richard B. Gasaway. If you are interested in learning more about situational awareness, human factors, and decision-making under stress, visit samatters.com. If you are interested in booking Dr. Gasaway for an upcoming event, visit his personal website at richgasaway.com.